in English? Why can't we just speak on our own language? Why are we in an international school? Anything? Yes, I do see some hands going up. If you have an answer, please put your hand up. Yes. Great. That's one of my points. Amazing. Yes. It's an effective language. Yes. You putting your hands up. That's great. One more point. Anyone else? Yes. Every part of the world there was an answer. Yes. So it is an official language in 53 countries. It's a universal language and an official language in 53 countries in the world. Okay? And as you say, lots of business meetings are held in English, and the Zoom meetings, last 2 days when we had COVID, you might had online education. So if you're just connecting with the universities in overseas, you need to know English. That's the importance of English. So I was going to a school just like you all, but I was studying in a similar medium, not an international school. Just I was wearing a beautiful white uniform with a red tie. There was my childhood. And I was really scared to speak in English. I didn't want to. When I see somebody like him and him, I'm like freaking out, thinking, oh my gosh, I can't speak in English. The white people, I was so scared. I was learning to say, but you are very confident, which is great. That's how I was, but I'm not anymore. And I can speak to you like this. So I could remember, so this is my father, my dad. He used to tell me to study words, read a lot, watch English news, and lots of documentaries in English. That's how I learned English. Because I knew the language, when I went to New Zealand, it was easy for me to do my studies. Because most of the universities, they give you online education, and if you, I'm sure most of you might have lots of dreams. Some of you might want to be pilots. Any pilots here? There we go. You have to study in English. Doctors? Future doctors? Great. Nurses? One nurse? Who else? Engineers? Scientists? Lawyers? Any lawyers here? Here we go. Businessmen? Doing marketing? Yeah. Teachers? Lecturers in universities? Here we go. We've got a few lecturers there. Any stream that you want to study? Be a lecturer in physics, chemistry, science, commerce. Yeah. So for you to do those things, you really need English. Or I might have forgotten some of the professions, and that's okay. Most of things, okay? And it's easy to find a job. And the other thing, why English is important is to travel around the world. So when I'm coming to New Zealand, sometimes I have to stop in Singapore, sometimes I come via Malaysia, and when I see those people, I have to communicate. And everything's written in English, which is handy. So when you're traveling, if you have lots of transits, layovers, you need to know English. That's another, so your travel becomes a lot easier. And it helps to access to multiple cultures. So living in New Zealand, if I didn't know the language, I don't know their culture, it's going to be very hard for me. I can't live like I'm living in Sri Lanka, because they live in a different way. For me to speak to them, I need to know my language. And if you went to Texas, you need to learn their language to know about their culture. So in case, who knows, if you meet a cowboy, you need to know how to talk to them and what does it mean to be a cowboy. Do you know what a cowboy is? What is it? What does he do? Yes? Ride horses. Yes, there we go. You guys are so amazing. And it gives you access to education, right? And I'm doing some online studies. So online studies are usually done in English. That's another one. And it also helps to build your personality. When you know your language, you can actually speak with lots of confidence, right? And we were talking about the value of yourself, your self-image, how wonderfully you're made. You don't need to be very shy. You can speak in English. It's okay to make lots of mistakes. That's fine. I was like that, and it builds your confidence. And the other thing is, how can we make our language very fluent and very accurate? What can we do? What can you do to make your language fluent and accurate? Practice. How can you practice? Can you tell me some ways to practice? Amazing, I like it. You look at yourself in the mirror. Do you want to come here and tell me what is it about? Come on. I do that all the time because my mom and dad's not here. Come on.
So I go in front of the mirror and first I get the words that I don't understand and I keep on repeating them and their meanings so that it fluently comes into my memory and then I can use them in my everyday talking and then every day I develop my English with that method.
It's great, and that's one way, especially when you're doing your pronunciations, looking at yourself. And it also helps to build your self-confidence, when you're really down, when you're just, feeling, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm sad, and I don't have confidence. Go look at yourself and see how beautiful you're made, and practice your English and speak to yourself. That actually, helps to believe in yourself and to have confidence. Because we all are made in a unique way. We all are beautiful. Look at yourself and speak to yourself. That's one thing I always do to myself. Otherwise I wouldn't be standing here and speaking with you. Right? What else you can do to practice? That's one way, and just like watching lots of things in English, documentaries, that's one way you can practice. You practice with each other. That's okay, making mistakes. So that's a little bit from me about the importance of English and what we can do to practice our English and the importance of it. And I hope you enjoy that, right? And are there any questions that you want to ask? Anything that is in your mind?